South Africa joins the world in celebrating the Day of the Seafarer today. The Day of the Seafarer commemorates and recognizes the importance of transportation of objects by sea. It's an official United Nations International Observance Day that takes place every year on the 25th of June. For more on this, we're joined by Vusi September, acting CEO of the South African Maritime Safety Authority, to give us more insight into what the day means. I want to start off by finding out from you. The campaign this year gives seafarers a chance to share what resonates with them currently. What are the messages coming from seafarers all over the globe about their daily lived reality?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the opportunity. Just to correct one thing, I am currently the acting COO, not the acting CEO. Just needed to clear that one up.
Thank you. Apologies for that error on our side.
No problem at all. You're quite correct. The focus this year, especially after the two very hard and difficult years under the COVID-19 pandemic, the idea this year from the International Maritime Organization is to give seafarers the platform to share their journeys, possibly right from the start of their careers up until the post-COVID-19 pandemic era. Some of the messages that are really coming through at this stage is that the seafarers will be reflecting on their journey, the ups and downs, the challenges, and also the appreciation advancements that have come through over the years to make their life much easier on board various kinds and sizes of vessels throughout the globe.
What are some of the biggest challenges being faced by seafarers in South Africa?
In South Africa, really, one of the big challenges is the fact that you've got a few seafarers that have fully qualified. They've done their theoretical training, and they've also now are struggling with the practical side of their training. Those are our seafarers in the making. The second group that is also facing challenges, and these are not unique to South Africa, are your typically female seafarers who still really feel not 100% accepted as one of the key role players in the seafaring industry. And I think the country and the IMO is really doing everything possible, one, to promote the participation in our country, and secondly, also to make sure that we elevate those that have taken up this seafaring career, both from a technical point of view, as well as from a management or leadership point of view in some of our organizations. And we've also are now elevating the campaign around, we've actually positioned as the GBV campaign to try and make sure that industry and employers create a really conducive environment for both male and female seafarers, with a bias obviously towards making sure that our female seafarers feel comfortable in the workplace.
So the term seafarer is quite broad, and it's applicable to those within the Navy, commercial transportation vessels, commercial fishing vessels, but also to those who operate outside the formal sector. And I'm talking specifically here about many small-scale fishermen and fishing communities in South Africa who very often don't get the opportunity to voice their experiences. Have you been drawing on the challenges and messages from that part of the sector as well?
We've also been in numerous engagements with the seafaring community, especially on the promotion of their safety, as well as making sure that they are also elevated as a very important sector of the seafaring community. From a SAMHSA point of view, on an annual basis, we often run a seafarer or fishing safety campaigns as well as training interventions across the country. And this year is going to be no different. We're doing that on an ongoing basis throughout the year. And therefore, yes, it's very important to also recognize the seafarers in the fishing sector of our industry. in the same or at the same level with those that operate on board commercial vessels across the globe.
What's the state of our South African Navy at the moment?
That is a very difficult question for a SAMSA official to respond to. Ma'am, if you really do not mind, I would humbly request that we defer that one to the Navy itself.
No problem. Let's see. Let's look at the future of the sector and what major technological changes are on the cards for seafarers going forward.
Yes. I think for quite some time now, there's been talk of autonomous ships. They've got various names, but they do not necessarily mean that vessels in the near future will be 100% automated. There will be an element of human interaction involved in it. That is one major technological advancement that is coming through. And we understand that it has potentially caused a few uncertainties among young seafarers or aspirant seafarers, so to speak, who are looking at joining this industry. We also know that that time is not going to be anytime soon, and it will be gradually introduced. What would likely happen is that you will see a migration of seafarers on board the ships, but working now in the back office, but with the same technical experience and knowledge required also in back office. In fact, over the years, even from a safety point of view on board the vessels, there's been a gradual introduction of automated safety equipment, which our seafarers have been trained and upgraded on, and it has really improved the safety and the operational efficiency of the ships.
Well, thank you so much for your time and for speaking to us this evening. That was Vusi September, the acting COO of the South African Maritime Safety Authority.